Hi box buddies, this is Jeannie with Batman's Boxes. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you noticed this year I didn't do too many unboxing videos. I've been working very hard since the beginning of the year on fillers. And I've learned a couple things along the way, but they did take a very long time to complete. And it all started with this Christmas lunchbox. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to show you all of them, so I did pick out my favorite. Also, I picked out one of the crate projects, the small crates that you get at the Dollar Tree, and I'll show you that one as well. So let me set up a few and I will show you what I've done. So as you can see here, this is what the lunchbox looks like inside. I did glue on some paper in the back. I don't think it's necessary to do that. I also have some magnetic sheets. The lunchbox is magnetic, so magnets would be fine in here, but for the other boxes that I use, I bought some magnetic sheets that you could easily put just a set of magnets inside, and it works fine. So that's the Christmas Ski Village one. This is a box that I found way after Valentine's Day, and it rang out for a penny in the Dollar Tree. So I did turn this one only because it was the color on the outside, the gnomes. It was a gnomes box. So I turned this into a bell box, and I included some dolls, and I made that chair out of Jenga blocks with the Mrs. Potts on it. And then I did make this closet, and it'll go in sideways, but inside I put a couple of purses for Belle. And this is one that I did with a couple of the Frozen dolls that I had. I put the fireplace in the back and then put a bookshelf, glued it on there. I first painted the box purple, and then I put a picture back there, and when she closes it up, it will look like this. So I did start getting carried away with boxes, and this happens to be a cigar box, so that's one of the other things that I did. This is just a plain tray that I found in the Dollar Tree, so I decided to turn it into, I knew the doll was going to fall, into a garden patch. So I painted it, and then I rolled up some felt and made it look like a garden patch. And we have some carrots back there, we have some tomatoes, eggplants, we have some mushrooms, there's a flower patch, some corn, and a sunflower patch with a little pumpkin Madame Alexander doll. And then I gave her one other doll that just had a flowery shirt on. So that's what I did with the trays. And this was just another gift box that I found in Dollar Tree that I turned into a small kitchen. I did have those blocks back there, and I turned it into a stove and a refrigerator, and I gave her a window, and I think there's some flower pots back there, and then I put some shelves and made it a tiny kitchen. And this was just a crate, one of those Dollar Tree crates that I got, and I turned it into a lemonade stand and put a bench and a little doll, and she has the order form in there and some pitcher with a sugar cup and 2 glasses. Probably add another doll in here since there's 2 glasses. And I will put that as a filler. I also found one of these little doggy bowl mats for real dogs, I guess, but so I turned it into a play mat, and we have a agility area over here, and we have some provisions for the doggies over here. We have a ball pit, and this guy is got a stick in there. This one's chewing on a bone, and then we have some puppy pals in the pool. I also made one with the cat placemat, but I already packed that one up and forgot to show you. This one is one of the Easter eggs that came out over Easter time, and I painted it, and then I did a decoupage. That's this piece here is actually a dinosaur napkin. So I put the napkin on here, and I did a couple of these, a few for boys and then a couple for the girls, but let me show you what's inside. And when this little boy opens this up, this is what he'll see. I put some felt, and then I have some of this soft piece of material, and then they can either use the egg for, I don't know, sleeping or just to house the stuff. I made a little log back there. And obviously I can't show them all to you, but I am going to set up a few of my favorites. This is the garden one that I made, and there's a doll, another doll. I have several of those flower dolls in there, and she has a little basket to go under her workbench that she picked all her fruits and vegetables. There's some garden supplies in here and her seeds to plant her garden. Over here is a small wheelbarrow where she picked all her beautiful flowers, and a shovel, and I guess that's a rake. And then these are just some printables that I laminated. There's soil, and there's bug spray, and some barbecue pellets, potting mix. So I'll put those also in that little small bucket. And this is the one that I made with the a box that came from one of the Father's Day. It says Gone Fishing on the outside. It was for Father's Day. So I did create a little campsite, and there's some bears, some trees, and this wooden camper that she travels in. And I chose that doll because it is a bear's, I think it's a 100th anniversary Madame Alexander doll, but it's a teddy bear doll. So all of that will go back into the filler. And obviously some of these boxes are going to be too big for a regular standard box, standard OCC box, but that's okay. I will put the ones that are too big in a regular box when I'm done. I'm almost done. So I'm dropping my boxes off tomorrow. I will tell you, this is probably one of my most favorite boxes. This is an art studio box. This doll, Chelsea doll, is, I guess, could be the teacher, and these two little ones can be the student. And Chelsea rides her scooter with her helmet to the art studio. She has her supply box here, and she has sketchbooks, charcoal paint, and I just printed these out and made these. She has extra palettes and some crayons, some tubes of paint. And then in there is, I don't know, a little box in there. She has her painting on her easel. That's probably going to fall. And then I just made that desk out of Jenga blocks. I think I showed that on a previous video. And she has her teacher palette and her student palette. And I did give her a brush so she can brush Chelsea's hair. But inside here, I printed out, I think most of them came from myfroggystuff.com. She has a lot of printables there. So, and she is showing off her students' work. Here's a couple of my other favorite ones. This one's a barn. The back there is one of the wood pieces from Hobby Lobby. This one is a jungle adventure. I did put some paper back there, and I'll show you the front of it in a minute. This is a Minnie Mouse one I did. She has a bed in there, and I did some polka dot paper back there, and I did fix up that dresser. That's a Dollar Tree dresser, but I put some felt circles and added a mirror, and then I made her a little chair with a Monopoly game. And the other one is the French provincial theme. I showed you the table in a different video, but this is with some grape juice and some bread and butter and a couple of teacups and tea, and then they have a couple chairs there. I do have to add some dolls to this one. And this is what the outside of that lunchbox looks like. I did a decoupage napkin, and then I kind of dabbed on some green paint, and I did it all the way around. So just a little decorative all the way around the box, because this was one of the Christmas boxes. The last two I will show you. This one is my Circus cigar box, and we have the ringleader and some clowns, and then back here we have the tightrope walker, and I did make some poles, and then she can hold her umbrella, We have a train with some balloons and a couple of those rings over there, and the elephant on just a little block I painted. And this actually, what I'm going to show you is the first one that I made. This is the schoolhouse one, and I had this little frog, and it says one frog, two frogs plus two frogs equals 4 frogs. So I put the periodic table and what looks like a chalkboard. There's a map over there and a cross over there, and these are the little students. They have their spelling test, and the teacher has her grade book. The chairs, I didn't make the chairs. I got those at, I think it was Hobby Lobby, but I painted them and I put some cushion on the seats. This has a globe and a Bible, and all the students are over there. 2 can be in the book nook, and inside of the backpacks, each of the students have their own little composition book, which I did put real paper inside to doodle on. So I made those, and then we have a school pet is the bunny rabbit, and then inside the book nook we have some books I made: Macbeth, zoology, and my book nook sign's falling off. Oh, I'll just fix that later. And health, it's in the bag. And this is also from myfroggystuff.com. I'm sorry, on YouTube. I did also make this basket just from a piece of cardboard, and then I started rolling the rope around. So this is actually one of my favorite ones, and is the one I first started with, but I just wanted to share my filler ideas. I'm not sure I will get this detailed next year. I do have some more boxes, but I ran out of time. But thanks everybody for joining. I hope you got some good ideas, and have a happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas to everyone. Bye.